Well, hello strange people, welcome back to the channel. No particular plan today, just out for a hike. I know I promised a canoe video, but I was pretty ill last weekend, and tides are wrong this weekend, although it would have been absolutely glorious on the river today. But yeah, so I just thought I'd come out, have a look at these two stone circles. The first one we came to, quite a large stone circle, very nice. I think it's probably a proper stone circle, whereas this one I think is probably a robbed out cairn with the stone sort of outer still visible. There is a stone, there appears to be a stone in the middle which may have been an oak kist or maybe part of the rock pile, and there's a stone row running back that way, which is often an indicator that, although not all the time, but often an indicator that this is a burial. There are several stone rows with circles on the end of them on the moor, which are burials. So I think what we'll do is we'll take a wander down the stone row, see what that's like, and make it up from there. I'll catch you in a mo.
Your love is like the ocean, and I have fallen deep. I'll swim in this devotion, and the secrets your heart keep. But should you see me sinking, please pull me to the shore, 'cause this driftwood soul, this heart of mine, was hurt some time before.
Wow, quite impressively long. No innuendo there, please, Karen. Yeah, that's got to be 250, 300 meters long. What's that in old money? About 10,000 feet. Yeah, quite impressive. Robbed out in a few places, and this last section, the stones were obviously been knocked over by time, weather, and cattle. But yeah, very impressive. Right, I've got no idea what we're going to do next, so we'll just make it up as we go along, shall we? Come on then. Well, if you'd have said to me this morning you're going to be having your lunch sitting on an island in a beautiful river, I wouldn't have believed you. Certainly not in the sunshine. So this river is the Plym. Now, I got into a little bit of a discussion this week as to how the Plym got its name. Now obviously, well, possibly not obviously, the city of Plymouth is named after the Plym. But before the city of Plymouth was another town, and still is, separate, although very close to Plymouth, literally just the other side of the river, is the town of Plympton. It's much older than the city. Plymouth is made up of several villages, like most cities, several villages that have got joined up together over the years. Just beyond Plympton there's another town called Plymstock. And anyway, Plympton is the oldest of the three places. Now, we got into a discussion as to how the town got its name, or the river, depending on which way you look at it. There is some thought that the river is named after the town. Now, that's a pretty rare thing to happen. Pretty rare thing. Most towns are named after the river that either runs through or beside it. So one train of thought is that Plympton, and the Plym is named after the Old English word for plum, plymon. Well, there's a lot to be said for that, except there's no sign of there ever being a plum orchard or anything like that in the old manorial grounds of the town. And I can't see a town, or the river for that matter, being named after one single plum tree. It's possible, I suppose. So the other theory, and this is the one I like, is it's named after lead and tin. Now, bear with me. If you have a look at the periodical table, you will see that lead is Pb. Now, the Pb stands for the Latin plumbum. Again, Karen, no innuendo, please. Now, plumbum is as I said, the Latin name. Now, lead is plumbum nigra, and tin is plumbum album. So obviously black lead and white lead. It's not obvious, but that's the way it is named. Because up until sort of the early part of the 16th century, mid-early part of the 16th century, they didn't really distinguish between tin and lead. One was black lead, one was white lead. Plumbum nigra, plumbum album. Now, this river is very, very, very highly mined. Streamed, mined. A lot of tin came out of this river. So a lot of plumbum album. Now, Plympton is named long before the 16th century. I forgot off the top of my head. My head it needs defragging. It's got too much in it at the moment. but it's way older than the 16th century. The Cornish word for lead, by the way, is plom, obviously derived from the Latin. The Cornish word for tin is sten. But that's an aside, really. Other than the fact that Plympton is in the South Hams, and the South Hams were still a Cornish or Brittonic speaking area up until the 12th, 13th century. Now, Plympton came first because the Plym is a good sheltered river to build a port on, and it was the first port in that area, long before Plymouth and long before the Devonport, Tamar area of Plymouth. So if you're taking the tin, which was known as plumbum album, from here down to the port, which you would have been, you can imagine that at some point, to keep saying plumbum album would have been a pain in the ass, so you'd have called it plumbum. And if that was the major industry, which it was, for that port, you can imagine that that port was then known as Plumbumpton. Or, if you were a Cornish speaker, Plompton. You're obviously mixing the Cornish, the Brittonic, with the Anglo-Saxon, the Old English. That happens a lot, especially on the borders. So I like that theory. I like the theory that Plympton and the river, because obviously if you're streaming it, you're mining it. One of the biggest mines on Dartmoor is not far from the source of this river. I like the theory that they've shortened Plombum to Plom, and they've added the ton as it became a town. Plompton. I like that theory a lot more than Plymonton, because as I said, there's no sign of a plum anywhere in the manorial records. And who knows? The plum could have just been a mistake from the plum. Plum. Who knows? We'll never ever know. But I like that theory. That's the one I'm sticking to. Anyway, this is an absolutely gorgeous river. You're not allowed to camp on that side because of the recent troubles, but you can camp on this side. So we're going to have to bring the Jinx out at some point. Perhaps we'll walk the length of the river. I have sort of planned a route around here, looking at the map, and sort of a zoological route, because a lot of places are named after animals. So as soon as he's ready, we'll come out, we'll walk the river, we'll do a few zoological tours and hills, and do a camp. It is gorgeous here. It's getting a little bit chilly. It's getting near 3 o'clock now. Been here a bit longer than I expected to be, but I'm not complaining. Right. I think I might leave the video here. Oh, no I won't. Before I do, I just want to say thank you for all the lovely comments on my last video. I was feeling very, very down. And emails. I've had a few emails as well. So thank you for those. If I haven't commented back yet, I will do. They're very, very much appreciated, and thank you for that. Thank you very much. Right, now I might leave you because I'm going to get myself back over the top of that tour and out across the plain back of my car. As I said, time's ticking on. I'm pretty sure that's called Legis Tour. I don't know this area more that well. I've camped on a couple of tours around here, but this is the South Moor and it's not really my normal hunting ground. But I'll if it's not, I'll put its proper name down. Like I said, my mind needs defragging at the moment. Memory is full. I'm having a 404 error. Right. I don't know anything about computers. I just made all of that up. Right, catch you on the next one.